There is only one man the opposition will accept.
Why have I been forced to send for Churchill?
It was floated by me to play Winston Churchill, and my initial reaction was, I laughed my leg off. If someone had said, we want you to play Stan Laurel or even have a crack at Hitler, you know, I think I could give it a go, you know.
You have an enormous task ahead of you.
I only hope it's not too late.
It wasn't the psychological or the intellectual challenge, it was just the physical.
Gary is a shapeshifter, and certainly what was required for this movie was a transformative performance.
It will inspire you.
We both felt that we wanted to get behind the icon of Winston and find the man.
So I went to sort of books and documentary footage and started to sort of build him from the first brick up.
I speak to you for the first time as Prime Minister.
Churchill's voice, it's a voice we're very familiar with. You're familiar with it in that old recording kind of a way, but nonetheless, you are.
Conquer, we must. As conquer, we shall.
I had to convince myself that I could do it, and then I took one of the speeches and I started to, almost like a sort of teaser trailer, I started to experiment.
I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
Gary would send me recordings of himself doing those speeches, and it was very weird because it was like listening to Churchill. I mean, there he was.
What is our aim? I can answer in one word: victory.
Gary is an actor that just transforms in every role. He's to the point where he's unrecognizable.
Come on, telegram.
There are things that are very specific and iconic. The cigar, the watch chain, the ring, the spectacles, the hats.
Look, this is the closest I'll ever get to being in a room with Churchill, and it's pretty good.
Churchill is someone who we have a very clear, almost caricature idea of in our minds.
He was a very, very brilliant man with a lot of quite complicated things going on inside him.
Cicero!
He was sort of naughty and cherubic, a twinkle in his eye.
Oh, you beast!
I had such fun finding the man.
Was I comprehensible?
Gary doesn't look like Winston Churchill at all, and the proportion is totally different.
It took a lot of time finding the right look that at the same time didn't hide Gary too much, you know. We had to be able to see the performance.
Obviously, we are in a dangerous situation.
Kazoo could go a long way to giving us Gary's eyes and mouth and expression, a real performance, but have the face of Winston Churchill.
It's very surreal turning up in the morning and seeing Winston Churchill.
I couldn't imagine the transformation would be that extraordinary. I mean, it's sort of a shock every time.
And to be honest, I completely forgot that Gary was wearing any prosthetic makeup at all when we were shooting. You know, it became so real.
In fact, we even fooled one of the experts. One of the historians saw the pictures of Gary Oldman as Churchill on the wall and said, "Oh, those are interesting. Where did you find those?" And we said, "It's the actor."
He's got all the mannerisms and the movements and everything, all the gestures right. He's really taken over the persona.
Gary more than delivered on this movie. He blew my mind on a very regular basis.
It was a real privilege being Winston Churchill. There's no one like him.